Alright guys, it's 101 here. I've done quite a lot of stuff in my world as of late. I just wanted to show off, and I've got quite a few ideas for things to do in future. I got a lot to squeeze into this video, so let's get started. Okay, so this is the first little thing I wanted to show you guys. It is an automatic wood farm. Yes, an automatic wood farm. I might say this has taken the whole automation thing a bit far, but for me automation is the core of the game. I like to build awesome things that do stuff for me rather than doing the stuff myself, because I'm a lazy bastard. But hey, anyway, let's continue. It's pretty simple. You plant a tree. I've already planted one. You grow it with bone meal. It grows instantly because there are only logs in the nearby area. These pistons destroy the leaves, giving you saplings to plant more trees, which it gives you roughly enough. The logs get pushed out here. They activate this row of pistons based upon this torch here. This button is just for when it jams. It shoves all of the logs to the left here. They fill up this room until they reach this block update detector. Now obviously when the logs go over this, they're going to trigger a block update, and the entire wall moves, pushing the entire row of logs further over in this direction, which is good. Essentially it slowly fills up this room, and then you can come and dig out all the logs. So there's just how it works for you. It'll do the same thing over and over again. Oop, I missed. And you can fill this room up in about 5 minutes, so that's plenty of logs. And I've made the walls from iron blocks, because I got lots of iron blocks from the iron farm, and they are hard to break with the axe, so you don't accidentally break anything, which is always helpful. So that's that out of the way, on to the next development. Okay, so this is my second little sub-project to show you guys. It is a mineshaft. I call it Deep Shaft 2, because it is a deep shaft, and it's my second one. There is actually glass up here, but it's turning invisible for some reason, because Optifine and Mises connected textures don't work together properly, so that cow is flying. Anyway, this here is the texture in Mises texture pack for the beam that comes out of a beacon. This beacon is for Haste 2, and Haste 2, when combined with Efficiency 5, causes this. You can now instant mine stone legitimately in Minecraft. This is actually faster than you can mine in Creative, and it's that awesome. So this is awesome. It allows you to dig a huge area very quickly, and I'm going to remove the ceiling and the floor. There is actually another layer down here, so that I can put some sort of big project in here. I'll probably put some sort of sugarcane farm, maybe pumpkins, I really don't know. Whatever I need when I come to dig the rest of this out. So that's about it for the developments in my single player world. I am now going to show you a few things that I've got planned. So I'm going to head over to my creative world, be back in just a second. Okay, so this is my first little idea. And essentially what it is it's a compact melon farm. I saw a melon farm by some random dude I can't remember the name of, and I thought, I can compact that, I can make it smaller. And this is what I came up with. Basically there are room for 8 melons in this tiny little cell, and it's got quite a lot of potential because you could stack this in any direction and vertically and not lose any melon. I'm going to show you how that works. It's very simple. Essentially, when you extend all the pistons, they form a 1 by 1 tube, so you don't lose any melon except that which glitches into these corners on each level. And that's quite rare, so that doesn't really happen very much, and you end up getting most of your melon, and it all goes down to the middle and you can pick it up. Of course, if I built this in my single player world, I'd build it much bigger, with maybe hundreds of these cells, but that's an idea, and that's like a little neat thing. I'm definitely giving that some consideration. Over here we have another little contraption that I came up with, and it's a sugarcane farm with a slight twist. Essentially, I figured out a way of harvesting 2 high layers of sugarcane. I'm not sure if this is original or anything, but I can harvest 2 layers of sugarcane with almost 100% accuracy with only 1 row of pistons, and how this works is quite simple. First the pistons extend for a bit. They push these bottom reeds here into the middle, they fall to the bottom, and obviously they go along in the water and you pick them up. Then all of these top ones have broken and they're stuck in this 1 by 1 cavity here. The pistons then retract again, they fall down, and just as they've fallen in front of the piston quickly pulses out and in again and pushes those other pieces of sugarcane to the middle. Now I'm going to test the efficiency of this. Usually it's 100%. If I just hit it, you'll see what I mean. So yeah, that's how it works. If it's 100% efficient in this case, then we will get 32 pieces of sugarcane out. So we've got 24, 32. So that was every single piece of sugarcane from there, and that's very nice. And because it's only one row of pistons, you can take another row of pistons and put them here. And that means you don't need to have 2 redstone wires, which saves on redstone. So it's quite an efficient design. I took cues from a bunch of other people. I'm not sure if this is original or not, but yeah, it's quite nice, and I will definitely be building that at some point. And now for the last thing I want to show you guys, and this is it. This is a tower, obviously. Some of you might recognize it immediately as a mob trap. Yep, another mob trap. It's not a particularly fast one, nor is it a particularly virtuous one, but it is a very, very cheap one. You could build this in your survival world in maybe 5 or 6 hours. All you need is cobblestone, maybe 80 or a couple stacks of pistons. Not terribly expensive. You will need redstone, but not a huge amount of it. I'm going to fly up top and head down on the inside. I'll show you exactly how it works. Quickly set it back to morning again because I don't want it getting dark. So yeah, it's very simple. It does use pistons and redstone and does generate a lot of block updates, so it isn't a particularly unlaggy trap, but it is very good for material efficiency, and that's basically why I'm showing it to you. Essentially what happens is the piston retracts and the water flows out over the floor, and it covers the whole floor because of the shape. And for those of you who don't know, this is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15. That comes to actually 64 spawnable spaces per pad, or 5,120 spawnable spaces in a 20 floor tower like this one. Now, as I already mentioned, this is an extremely cheap mob trap. It does require a lot of cobblestone, but most mob traps do. Just to give you some idea, it's about 9 stacks of cobblestone per floor, 4 pistons per floor, and maybe 20 redstone per floor. I don't know, it's not too bad, and there are 20 floors in this design. I've actually built one of exactly this size on a multiplayer server that I played on. Sadly it's shut down now. It's a bit sad, but oh well, all good things come to an end, I guess. Yeah. That is quite a large number of zombies and spiders and skeletons and creepers and stuff. That is quite a large number indeed. That one is smiling. Okay then. Hello friend. Sorry you have to die. Anyway, this is a very efficient trap for the materials. It's about, in this case, with this number of mobs, about 13,000 items per hour. Now of course this is a clean room. That is to say, mobs cannot spawn here, they can only spawn in the traps. So that makes this a much faster trap than it would otherwise be. If you built this in your single player world, cleared all your caves well, depending on how you did it, it's just going to be safe and say about half of this. So about 6,500 items per hour, so a full inventory in, I'd say 20 minutes. 20-25 minutes shouldn't be too much of a trouble. So you'd have plenty of arrows and bone meal and TNT. And that's great. So if you want a tutorial on that, then drop me a line and I will do that. So that brings this little video to a conclusion, I'm afraid. If you liked it, then don't forget to like it. If you are new here and you'd like to stay updated on my crazy contraptions, hit that subscribe button. It really helps, it really keeps me motivated. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.